How's it going, Sagittarius? This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to do your June 2019 General Love Reading. This will be for Sagittarians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter alignments. And to be honest, this is quite a heavy reading, like a very deep reading, but it's also extremely to the point. Crosswatchers, you are welcome. I will be reading from the perspective of the Sagittarius, so just note that. Like the video, comment on the video, share the video with people that you know it would resonate with, that could benefit from seeing it, and subscribe to the channel to get future messages if you so resonate. I'm gonna read out the cards basically and then go through the story from there. I'll go ahead and read this part here and then I'll read on over the tarot of the Orisha right here. To start, y'all, with the chakra wisdom, we have the messages of passion, wisdom itself, and soulmate. And I really do want you to see this imagery. Passion, wisdom, and soulmate. Tarot of the Moors has brought us the Princess of Cups reversed, the Seven of Swords reversed, the Mirror of Disc reversed, and the Mirror of Disc is clarified by the Malika of Swords. Okay. Mary Magdalene for the Goddess Guidance, as well as Sarasvati, Unconditional Love in the Arts. And yeah, let's just go ahead and start here. So, with the chakra wisdom, telling us about passion, wisdom itself, and soulmate, the messages of that, what we come to find is the duality in concepts of a soulmate, okay? For the soulmate itself, many of us think or have thought that the energy, that's the person that we're supposed to be with. The person who holds that energy of the soulmate. And just sort of like the twin flame connections and so on and so forth. Yeah, many of these strong, destined connections really did exist for us to learn from them and move on. And everyone that we feel that with is not who we're supposed to be with. It's not like your soulmate is the one that you are just so destined to be with, as much as a soulmate could be, a karmic partner that you've dealt with for a significant amount of time for whatever reason, and now it's time to remove that energy. And that's sort of where I find this reading going, talking about someone that was of a soulmate to you, and it may have had you thinking that this was like love forever and that this was just the person that you were going to be with and things would work out happily. But that's not what happened. Even looking back on readings prior, like the past 2 or 3, it links up with this first card here of the Princess of Cups reversed. I feel as though this is reflective of the individual you were dealing with, pouring out and dismissing your cup of love that was entrusted to that person, your heart, your vulnerability, and your emotions. But what you have been doing, which is what's going to bring you to this crossroads here with the other side of the soulmate card, which we'll get to. The Seven of Swords is just making a plan. It's like you have finally been able to, it's a combination of things. Like, it's not only coming out of hiding in a situation like this, but I do feel like within the levels of secrecy, that's transformed a little bit for you too. Like, you're not as, you don't feel the need to be as secretive as you once were. Like, in hiding, not just like physically, but you were very, very reserved. You have been, you know. As far as, and this is smart, as far as who you would let know information, just really who knew anything that dealt with, you know, that could ultimately link to breaching your plan that you have of getting out of this situation. That's heavy. But you're coming out of that because the plan has taken off. You know, it's taken off. Because, you know, with the Princess of Cups reverse energy, I see that there was a high level of being upset. But really, you know, the emphasis is more so on their actions and how they treated the relationship, and not so much about how you feel about it. Because I feel like if so, it would have came up a little bit stronger, like maybe the Malika of Cups or the Malik of Cups in reverse. So, like, it's just showing, I think, like a lessened severity because of how you're handling the situation, which is good, you know? It's like allowing somebody, like, just because somebody did 1,000,001 things to you, broke your heart, cheated, lied, manipulated, just couldn't keep it real, whatever it was, it doesn't mean that you have to let it affect you in such a way, you know? In such a drastic way. That's where I'm getting at when I say I feel as though that's what you're embodying, and you're saying, yeah, this sucks a little bit, but I'm not gonna let this come up in like a stronger cup energy to, you know, like, I'm not gonna have that energy in me to mean I give a shit that much, because I don't. Because one thing that I've always been intrigued by with Sagittarius is how, you know, as many people consider y'all to be like so far out like you are, but there's still always this level of self-awareness to a point to where once you snap back into that center, you can get back on another course. And, you know, I'm starting to sense even now that that's why people feel that they can't tie you down, is because, you know, the ones who try to impose, because tying someone down is an imposition as it is, you know, like even the wording itself, when people try to do that, it's like, hey, you come in, you snap back, you get it real quick, and then you're on. And people don't understand that. But also what they don't understand is how much you are for commitment. Now, this isn't for all of you. Like, those of you who are not so much on the monogamous tip, or just being exclusive to whatever your arrangement is, then what I'm about to say is not for you. But yeah, there's this misunderstanding about like Sagittariuses and marriage, commitment, monogamy, you know, things like that. From my experiences, as far as what I, you know, just communicating with people, and, you know, my Sag friends who tell me that that can be sort of a reputation that they get sometimes. It's really not true, because at the end of the day, there's a sense of not wanting to settle, but wanting to build with someone. But you're waiting for someone to meet you on your level, you know? And that's where we're not settling. And that's where you come up in the mirror of disc here, right? So because of that, And then this being clarified by the Queen of Swords, like you're ready for change, massive change, and there's nothing that's going to stand in the way of that. You're very smart, you're well aware, you know what you have to do, okay? We've got the Malika of Swords and Wisdom right here. So you're gamed up, you're learned up, you're wise, and you're able to move forward because of that at a pace that may be slow, but it's, again, because of the understanding of how things have to align when they're greater than the last thing you had, you know? Knowing what you know now, that is very clear. So what we see is, one thing I want to know, and that's what I'm talking about like wanting to transition into the person that's coming, the other side of this soulmate card. Look at how the hand comes out. And all these are different potentials. You see what I'm saying? And that ties into what I was saying earlier. Like, don't think that just you have one soulmate or this soulmate that you have is the one that you're supposed to be with. You will have many. So that kind of like just brings it all home. But there's one that either you foresee coming in and that's helping prompt this change, or they see you and they're just coming towards you. Yeah, I think you may be unaware right now. It's like you have the energy knowing within you that you're moving towards love and wish fulfillment in that area of your life. The Mirror of Disc is very sure, but he's got that 1 gram pentacle, and he'll move as slow and steady as he needs, and he'll get there. But with the Malika of Swords coming with that more quickened energy, and ready for change, you see the butterfly behind her, and it's like there's partly her having the awareness that it's there and like guiding from behind, but the other part is also maybe just being focused so intently on something that you don't realize what exactly is coming in, okay? But they are manifesting you, and again, this could be you, they, vice versa, right? But the eye is on the prize through all of the options here. As the third eye is open. Now, this will definitely be a passionate connection. Like, all of these cards that you have for the chakra wisdom are definitely like two-sided, okay? From the past to the future. But see, this is another like form of what you call it, transitive passion, to where the false sense of passion, tying in the wisdom again, that you felt you had for this person before is going to be revamped because of what you have come to know and learn and remember. So this new level of passion will ascend you to greater heights. Now, it may be feeling a little weird for you. We have the Outcast card here. Let me go ahead and read Tarot of the Orisha. We've got the Ten of Earth in reverse, the Star in reverse, the Seven of Earth in reverse, the Couple. So we have Soulmate and Couple. You're both on the board. We have Yemaya reverse. Then down here we have the Outcast, Oshala or Obatala, Three of Fire, the Six of Earth, and the Air element in reverse. So not only are you getting, have you gotten out of this shitstorm, or you will, end up in that whole process of getting out of this shitstorm that is a person who put you through a terrible but learning filled cycle. You're also, I feel, having to still deal with, though, this person potentially trying to reach back to you, communicate with you. All channels are not completely closed, and it's likely because your mind is made up. I feel like the way it works with you, Sag, from what I'm intuiting, is that you don't really need to go through the efforts of blocking and deleting, well, deleting, like, of course, the number or whatever, but to block that contact and go through the forms of social media, and you don't have the need to, because you're not going to reach out. And if they reach out, it's going to be very clear by your unscathed nature in giving them nothing that that would be the last time that they ever should. You know, like you know that it's not gonna be anything you care about as they reach out every single time. You just ignore it. And they'll get it. They'll get the hint. Because you don't even want to, I feel, extend any sort of energy with a word, with an emotion, or just no. And when I see the flip here with the Princess of Cups reversing the Mirror of Disc here, I see how you shifted your energy with this person. Where it became very loving, that has switched, and now you're just worried about your security in your coin. You're moving on, but the love is flipped from that. But yeah, it's gonna be a little rocky with this outcast energy because you're still having to deal with that person, as I was saying, coming in and trying to create a new beginning, ultimately, a new start with you. Either they're saying that they changed, or they're saying that you helped them be better, or you helped them change, so on and so forth, something like that. But it's all illusions, it's all lies, and you know it. And I feel like in the Soulmate card, this is also you looking past all the bullshit to not be distracted, okay? To get to that point. Because with all of these cards here, this is you saying that you are not putting any more effort and energy into a situation. We've got the Mirror Disc here and then the Ten of Earth reverse here. Like I said, not only are you focused on your separate own security and coin, you have picked up and moved on. So that Ten of Earth energy, there's no more, there's no more collaboration in that way, okay? And you realize that this person took you away from being you. A person that was peaceful, kind, caring, was, not always drained, had tons of energy to help people, had tons of energy to be lighthearted. Yeah, that's a thing. Like, yeah, and that just wasn't worth the sacrifice to you. But as you're feeling a little shaky, we have Judgment coming in soon. So you're going to catch a break soon. You're going to get some information soon here in June. Something's going to take place in your life where you don't feel so numb sometimes and just on the edge and not caring, because we have those days where we may feel our worst as it pertains to something. I feel like those days that may happen in few or more seldom as time goes on, like each moment still can weigh a bit on you. So when Judgment comes in to give you clarity on those smallest moments that mean so much, that's when I feel as though things will change. Because when we talk about the Three of Fire, we talk about the ignition of one's, the igniting of one's soul. And, igniting new possibilities of collaboration where you've given up on them before with someone else. New ideas, new projects, things are stirred. And, I was gonna say this goddess guidance till the end, but I'll go ahead and tie it in now. With unconditional love here, love yourself, others in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And so as Vadi, express yourself through creative activities. When we dig deeper into these cards beyond the messages, like the first thing I noticed is that the person that you will come to, like your new soulmate, who will have like a positive and equal frequency and vibration, will be someone that I can say you meet through your creative endeavors, or as you meet, you just evoke these things in one another and you create. I definitely see like some of you having partnerships on the road that like these partnerships I don't know, playing in bars like pop-up, or maybe actually considering starting a channel or starting a band, or many of you like media definitely a thing as far as websites, blogging, tech ventures, things like that. And that's those are all of the things that, you know, spark up with the Three of Fire also. So we talk about basically, because again, like I said, you weren't gonna let anybody steal your joy and make you like as burdened because they didn't work out for you. That's where unconditional love comes in, okay? And you're just like, hey, dude, it's all good. Because since I have this concept of unconditional love, I can be open to get what I'm going towards. And it be magical, creative, all of those things. And honestly, the air element in reverse is just saying that the waiting game is no longer. So I feel like quick communication might be coming in with the Six of Earth reversed. We're talking about equal give and take. We talk about like really receiving all of those things. And you knew this person wasn't the right one with the couple here. You just knew it. So I'm happy that you're going to get some clarity soon, some judgment soon, so you don't potentially miss out on an opportunity over here. I mean, there's potential here with the Outcast and Oshala, because when judgment comes in, you see the two sides here, like with the yellow and the blue. Like, honestly, you can be on either side of that, okay? If you stay aware and in tune, I think you'll be fine. Of course you'll be fine, but there will be a chance if, you know, those of you who linger in this energy too long, you know, bypassing an opportunity that's like already waiting for you, that's literally right here, waiting for you to just close off another situation. I gotta release the old so that the new may enter. If I want new furniture in my house, I can't be stacking couches on top of couches and shit. I gotta get rid of some things so I can bring in some new, right? I love you, Sag. Happy June.